Hello everyone, I'm Anjali, student at IDC Bombay, pursuing my Masters in Interaction Design. And see, 2021 question paper and answer key is out. And I hope you guys have already tallied your answers with the answer key. And you guys already have an estimate score of how much you might score in part A. Part B, of course, we can't tell right now how much we might score, but of course you can get an idea of how much you might score in part A. So many of you have wrote to me after the exam, and that is so sweet of you guys to actually tell me how it went, how your exams went. And most of you were very disappointed. I even remember talking to this person who told me कि अब क्या फ़ायदा portfolio करने का जब मेरा एग्जाम ही अच्छा नहीं हुआ है. So to you guys, I specifically want to talk to you guys in this part of the video, and I want to tell you a story, and the story is my NID story. I haven't spoken about my NID journey that much in these videos, but today I'm going to tell you my NID story. I applied with NID for two courses, information design and interaction design. And I think the qualifying marks for them was 50 marks, if I'm not wrong. And for interaction design, I scored 51, just one more mark. Now, when I was writing my exam, there was one 20-mark question that I did not even attempt because back then I did not know what IoT meant. It means Internet of Things, but back then I did not know, and that question simply asked us to do something with IoT, and I just couldn't understand it. And I did not attempt it only, but I attempted other answers very well. And of course, I was not expecting that I would get in because I had not attempted one 20-mark question completely. But to my surprise, I did qualify with just one mark, with just one mark. So who would have thought? If I would have also been very disappointed and thought कि अरे मेरा तो होगा ही नहीं है ना, क्या फ़ायदा पोर्टफोलियो और इंटरव्यू के लिए प्रिपेयर करके, तो फिर प्रॉब्लम हो जाती ना. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग यू दैट यू नेवर नो इफ यू विल क्वालिफाई और इफ यू वोंट. You don't know it yet, so don't be disappointed, because in case you qualify, you want to be ready with your portfolio and you want to be ready for the interview rounds. In our case, we got a little lucky because COVID happened and our interviews were postponed, so we got time to prepare for our portfolios and interviews. But that might not be the case with you guys, so it's very important for you guys to just start working on your portfolio right away if you haven't already. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how I prepared for my portfolio. There's one more thing I want to add here. It's a disclaimer that apart from me, there are over 60 other people who got admission in IDC, and there are many more who got admission in several other IITs and NID. What I mean to say by that is there are over 60 other ways to create your portfolio and get admission in IDC IIT Bombay, and many more ways to create your portfolio to get admission in IIT Guwahati or Kanpur or Hyderabad, IIC Bangalore, NIDs or IIT Delhi, or whichever college you want to apply with. So whatever I'm going to tell you today is going to be out of my own experience. Don't take it as a patthar ki lakeer ki this is the way I have to follow. Why I'm telling you this is because after the exam, one of the person came to me and told me that in that creativity wala question, she did exactly what I told in the video. In my videos, I try to mostly talk about the process of how to think, how to come up with your own original ideas. Now, this is very important because even if you copy what someone else has done and put it in your portfolio, during the interview, it will be very difficult for you to get through because the professors can see through you. The interviewers can do it because they have the experience of interviewing so many people every year. They've seen all kind of work that students can present in the interview, and they are also judging you on the basis of your application. So you won't even realize on what all basis they can judge you. So it's very important to be the original self that you are, and show that in your portfolio, show that in your application, and show that in your interview. So please do not try to copy my portfolio and make it into yours, because that will not help you. Please try to focus on the process that I talk about. If I'm telling you a process, you can try to take that away from this video. I really don't care if you copy my portfolio or not, because you know what, I'm already in the college, I've already achieved what I wanted to achieve with this portfolio, but this is for your own good. So what is a portfolio? Some of you are coming from non-design backgrounds, some of you have some work experience and then you're applying for the masters, and some of you are directly coming from your bachelors. So there are all kind of people who apply for masters in IIT, and IIT welcomes them all. That is the beauty of IIT. Some of you who are already coming from design backgrounds and have a work experience, they will know what a portfolio is. But I would like to say that a design portfolio that you use to apply for a job is a little different from a portfolio that you will create to apply for admission in a college. But the process and the idea behind it remains the same. What is the idea behind it? How do you create your portfolio? A portfolio is a reflection of you. It's a reflection of what you believe in, what your skills are, how you think, what your thought process is like, all of that. That's how, at least I look at portfolios. Now, there can be other ways to do it as well. I'm repeatedly saying it. Now, there can be several things that you can do, especially if you have some work experience. You can have like 10 projects that you've worked on in your life, and all of them are brilliant, and you love them all, and all of them speak uh, a bit about you. So, how do you choose what kind of projects to put in the portfolio? Think about what are you trying to achieve from this portfolio. You are trying to achieve admission in a design college through this portfolio, right? So think about who is going to give you that admission, who is going to see your portfolio and see that, maybe I should let this person in. Who is going to do that? The professors of IDC, right? You got to think like an IDC professor will think. You got to get to know them for that. And you can do that very easily. You can just go to the IDC website and go to the faculty page and check out what all faculties there are in the college, and then you can research about them, Google them, maybe read their research papers, go to YouTube channel, listen to them if there's any content available about them, or something that they've created. Now, I know all of this sounds like a lot of work and it's no shortcut to creating a good portfolio, but see, whosoever does the work gets through it. You have to do the work. Once you do your research, you will know what kind of professors there are in the college, or how they think, or what kind of causes do they believe in. When you do that, you will know out of 15 projects that you have, what kind of projects to put in the front line. Now, what I mean by front line is that choose at max 5 projects and put them in your portfolio, because the professors are not going to have that much of time to go through all your 15 projects. It's not advisable, but if you still want to do it, and if you think that this is the only way you can portray yourself well, then go for it. There is no written rules for this. Now, there is another factor that you can consider while choosing those whatever 5-6 projects that you want to put in your portfolio, and that is diversity. When I was creating my portfolio, I made sure that each and every project that I put speaks something different about me. I know it can be very tempting to put all your favorite projects in your portfolio, but remember that your portfolio is on a mission, it has a job to do. And you do not want to make your professor's life difficult by putting 15 or 20 projects, or all your projects, or whatever you like in the portfolio. You want to show the professors what they want to see. Now, when I say that you've got to show professors what they want to see, I'm not saying ki fool around with them and project yourself as what you're not and what they might be happy looking at. Don't do that. That is cheating, and it will be difficult for you to get through the interview round if you cheat in your portfolio. So be honest with your work. Whatever work that you have, say you have 10 projects, choose the ones that those professors might connect with well, or that connects well with the ideology of IDC, and put them on the top. Put them first. You want them to look at those projects first. Try to put projects in the portfolio that you can talk about in depth, because eventually when the professors are going to see these portfolios, they are going to talk to you about it in the interview rounds, and they would expect you to know the ins and outs of the project. Now I'm going to talk about my portfolio. I applied with communication design and interaction design at IDC. I also applied with IIT Guwahati, IIT Kanpur, and NID Bangalore in interaction design and information design. And everywhere, literally, in every college, I just sent that one portfolio that I had created. I know these colleges, they let you upload different portfolios for different streams that you're applying with. And of course, you can do that. That is advised. But I was just very sure of those 3 or 4 projects that I had put in my portfolio, and that's all I had. And I was very honest about it, and I sent it away in every application. There's a common misconception that for interaction design interview you have to put UI UX projects. So many of you have come to me and told me कि मेरे पास तो UI UX projects है ही नहीं, तो फिर मैं interaction design के लिए apply कैसे करूँ? When I applied for interaction design course at IDC, I did not put any UI UX projects. My first project was about my comic character. There's a page on Instagram that I run, and I try to promote the Pahadi culture of Himachal Pradesh. That's what I do, and I try to talk about that as my first project. Now, the way you communicate it, of course, it has to be very clear, and there are a lot of things that I did under that project, but I just made sure it was very short. I did not exceed the word limit of 100 words, and I just put 3 or 4 images. That's it. But I made sure my idea was communicated. So that was my first project, and it has literally nothing to do with the interaction design as it is commonly understood. My second project was a book. Now, this book was a training manual I did for the government of Himachal, and it was about the Forest Right Act of 2006. Now, this training manual basically helped the people of Himachal file their rights. And again, it is publication design, but I could explain and I could defend how it was a good interaction design project. And again, I did not exceed the word limit of 100 words for this project as well. I just put 2 or 3 images from this project. My third project was closely related to an app, but I did not do any UX UI work for it. Actually, I did do some UI UX work for it, but that's not what I put in the portfolio. I just put the branding part of it. Of course, I was also very hesitant when I was putting these projects in my portfolio because it's commonly understood that interaction design is all about UI UX. If it is not digital, if it is not on a screen, then how is it an interaction design project? But then I told myself that I'm not applying for a job here. I'm applying for a master's program in a very reputed design college. So it is okay if I put these projects in my portfolio. Again, it was a risk that I was taking, but I think this confidence came to me because I was researching a lot about IDC. I was reading a lot about what kind of projects are happening in IDC and what kind of faculties there are in the college, and what is the general aura of the college. So I was researching a lot about that, and I thought that my projects, these particular projects, synchronized with the ideology of IDC. So my confidence came from that. It is very important to stay original and stay true to who you are. I have my batchmates and some other friends who went to other colleges who are interested in gaming. Some students are interested in VR, and they are interested in all kind of technical things, which I particularly was not. But they all got in, right? They all got into the college because they stayed true to who they were. You are going to eventually face the professors with your portfolio, and they're going to ask you so many questions about it. And if you do not know your projects in and out, then it is not going to look good. I know some people whose portfolio included some UI UX work also, but they were able to talk about it, they were able to defend it. Now, if you can do that during the interview, and if you can convince the professors ki this is who I am and this is really what I believe in, then you should be good to go. So I hope now you will stop worrying about your seed exam and whatever score you're gonna score, and start thinking about these things. Please start working on your portfolio right away, because the more iterations you will do on it, the better it will be. So you've got to get done with the first draft of your portfolio, say like in within next week. Just get done with it and show it to people, show it around and get feedback and iterate on it and make it better. If you want to see my portfolio, I'm going to put a link to my Behance in the description below. Now, this was not the exact thing I showed during my interviews. I just sent away a PDF file. But you can see some of the projects that I spoke about on my Behance. I know this is a very big topic to talk about, so I'm sure a lot of questions must have gone unanswered. So if you still have any doubts, if there's some other topic you want me to make a video on, or if there's anything else you want to say, just let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.